Chapter 2 Fly in a Web. With Puppy now free, the situation begins to change rapidly, while you search for any way to escape the bloody factory. As the view shows a strange room, before the view begins glitching and a commercial starts playing. As the view shows a pink and blue toy designed like a spider, which is revealed to be very stretchy somehow, as kids begin running and playing on a playground of this new toy. The toy being revealed being Mummy Longlegs. As kids begin stretching out Mummy Longlegs and putting her in different positions, as Mummy then jumps onto the view, and the view zooms in on her face. As the view now shows what Pushy looks like, as well as in her box. Then the slogan appears, but begins glitching, before showing flashes of some sort of event where people are running and something is just going wrong. As a person runs for a door, and then the words someone saying "wake up" can be heard as some eyes can be seen in the view. Then the view turns black. And then the words, Puppy Playtime, Chapter 2. Remastered. As our protagonist, after having opened the books, I guess you could say they kind of opened Pandora's box, looking around they wonder, where the bloody hell did that we last go? So, instead of leaving like any normal person, they push on and go back to where they came, no longer hearing that nice music box, but now they enter a dingy hallway, one of the lights being partially broken, hanging off the ceiling. But the protagonist, not one to give up, continues and reaches a red door, labelled Elliot Ludwig on the top. Trying to open it, it doesn't. Going left, they see there's two powered down handy scanners, and going right, they see a little hole in the ground, nothing serious, but then they see a weird bar on the ceiling, and channeling their inner Tarzan, absolutely fail to swing. So, never wanting to give up, the protagonist tries again, and fails. Getting a wee bit angry at this development of being unable to beat this little cable, they swing, channeling their inner Tarzan, finally, and they enter another room with a boarded up door, and they see a cardboard cutout of the mate who they absolutely clobbered in the head.
Does someone need a hug?
Not wanting a hug from the mate who FBI opened up their door, hits it again.
Big squeeze.
Again,
I
no.
won't bite.
Sure.
Come closer, friend.
No.
I'll squeeze you until you.
As the protagonist, ignoring that creepy poster, begins pulling some barrels away from the door. And after messing with the game physics, opens up the door and sees a red K. So, taking the wee mate, they run and head back to where they came, channeling their inner Tarzan and hoping to finally get it right. And they do, swinging across, they make their way back to that red door they found. Opening up the door, they enter an office where they not only collect the trophy, but go behind the desk to find a tape and a note. Inserting the tape, they look about the TV, wondering what could be on it.
Playtime Co. is the product of a great man by the name of Elliot Ludwig. Divorced, but a family man at heart. His sights were always set on bringing amazing toys to amazing children around the globe. Ludwig spent countless hours in the factory, working overtime relentlessly in an attempt to continuously innovate and surprise. In the 1960s, an unfortunate family death had pushed Ludwig down.
As the protagonist, getting bored, pulls down a vent grate and continues onward through a totally not creepy ventilation system that's giving them PTSD to the huggy chase. Walking around this weird room, they jump as they see Puppy had knocked over her books.
I didn't mean to scare you. I was just trying to get the power back on.
As the protagonist slaps Puppy for kind of scaring the wee little shit out of them, but they press on, grabbing one power thing and wrapping it around a pole, thinking this minigame's gonna be in every thing from now on. It's gonna be everywhere from now on. And after completing it, Puppy begins clapping for the mate. The protagonist, not really appreciating the celebration, tries to leave,
So long. Thank you.
but because of mob and, you know, wanting to listen to the cutscene, they can't.
It needs a code, and I have it. We're gonna get out of here.
As the protagonist finally gets the grab pack and game physics to agree, before falling and getting upset at this, very much wasted time, climbing up the vent, which again, PTSD, they enter Elliot's office. As they go backwards, getting a wee bit upset, they try again.
Hey,
After jumping down, they see Puppy.
See you.
Slapping her again,
I should be able
they
to
push
follow
on.
you through the vents. This way.
Seeing the hand scanners are back on, they scan it and push on. As they see a goddamn big old hole in the floor and think, well, Bob the Builder didn't certainly build this place if the code is like this. So after Tarzaning their way across, they push on. Opening up the door at the end of the hallway, they see Puppy standing in front of a massive hole. Crouching down, they listen to what she has to say.
Need you to trust me.
Suddenly, Puppy gets grabbed. The protagonist, realizing this, walks over to the edge, laughs, realizes that maybe they should go down and help, decides to just jump down. Sliding through this weird little slide, they don't know where they're going. They could be going into a pit of spikes, but instead of being impaled, they land in a weird area. As they look at different slides and realize there's one for Leaf Pierre, Elliot Ludwig, Stella Graber, but one more that seemingly had all the letters and sign destroyed. So after entering a power room, they see what they need to do and grab the electricity. The fuck, the player thinks, as they realize, okay. As they grab the electricity and yet again, what the fuck. As they try again from a different angle. And what the fuck? Realizing there's a blue pole here for a reason, they realize they can use it to fight. Oh fuck. Getting more upset, they realize, okay, they're not gonna hit that pole. Walking around, they hit the first pole they tried. Then they hit the second one, walk back around, and slap the power thing, getting it to work. Looking up to see a sign that says Game Station, they can only imagine what that means, and they walk through a totally not ominous hallway. As they long shot the red hand, but someone grabs it, that person having a pink and blue hand. Then our red hand gets stolen, and the player, in pain a little bit and annoyed, realizes that this is the mate that kidnapped the doll.
Miss Poppy was going to just give you the train code to escape.
The protagonist is thinking obviously, as Mommy Longlegs, who is basically just a gigantic version of the toy from the beginning, begins to offer the player, or protagonist, a deal.
And if you win all 3 games,
As she holds Poppy out, kinda mocking us in a way.
Idea, Poppy. Oh, you're going to have so much fun. Head to musical memory, and Mommy will get things started. Obey the rules.
As the protagonist wonders why would they do that, before Mommy Longlegs explains why, and the player crouches down.
Alive.
as Mummy then disappears above them, and the protagonist, missing a red bloody hand, continues on. Seeing a comically sized lever which they pull, it opens up the door ahead, and they realise they're in a massive fucking playground. And then they see a cardboard cutout from Mummy Longlegs. As a Danny work though, and the protagonist, not one to waste time, pushes onward. Walking up some stairs, they pull a lever, and they begin the first game.
Hi kids, welcome to the game station. I'm
Looking
Sarah,
up, thinking
and
it's a
we've got
voice from
3
God,
super-duper
instead
fun
it's a
games to
woman.
play.
So,
These little tests show us just how crazy strong
wondering
and
what
smart
she
you are.
means, they look
Follow
around.
Mommy Longlegs down the stairs, and we'll start by playing musical memory.
As they look for the game and see a yellow rabbit. Wonder where I've seen that before. As I see a yellow rabbit holding cymbals and wearing overalls. Ignoring this totally not weird sign of what's to come, they push on, seeing a hole in the ground, which, like a Mario, jump into, but instead of being teleported to a mushroom world, they just walk through a dirt tunnel until they reach a bigger room. Seeing a beeping lever and wanting to shut it up, they pull the lever, and a bigger room powers on. As they see a button which they hit, as well as a tape which they go and head and grab. Seeing a tape player, they insert it, while white noise plays in the background. As this tape introduces the new hand, the words Playtime co-appearing, the green hand. The green hand basically can hold electricity for up to 10 seconds. Once running out though, it'll begin flashing. It can also be used with this charge, can power on doors or other things that may need this charge. But if it's about to run out, yeah, you don't want to get crushed by a door because you waited too long and the charge ran out. Thank you. Use your grab pack responsibly. Yeah, guys. What's the time? Bloody playtime. So, the protagonist, also not really paying attention, presses another button, only to hear squirting noise and thinking, hey yo, they press the button again. Then they notice water just shooting up, or at least they think it's water, as they see a weird, almost creamy paste substance that was for some reason not going through the pipes and shooting upwards. Pause. As they pull a pipe and they repair this little issue. So, they hit the button again, because it's piping. And it finally stops having a skill issue and works. As they see a massive machine which has eyes, like the Make a Friend machine, maybe follows them, I can't tell. As it reveals that this is where the hands are made. And now a conveyor belt begins moving these new, plain looking white hands underneath a weird paint machine. So, like the gentlemen we are, we hit the button to paint them, but it doesn't work, and the protagonist keeps spamming the button. Realizing that maybe they have the skill issue, they realize they just have to go to some stairs. So, they walk upstairs, and they see what they were looking for. So, they line up the short, and snagging the bloody canister, and inserting it into the weird paint machine. As they see yet another trophy which they grab, jumping down, they then start spamming the button to get it to shut up. As it begins squirting paint onto these hands, the hands now being green. So, the protagonist finishes up the process of manufacturing a new grab pack hand, and they snag it. So they test it out. It holds a charge, set it into a door. Door opens, like the video said. So this newfound tool and barely any knowledge. The protagonist looks around, wondering where the bloody hell they're meant to go. Then they see a broken wall and walk up some stairs until they reach the entrance to musical memory. But then they spot a cardboard cutout of this strange new yellow rabbit. Again, where have I seen that bloody thing? So they hit the button.
I know when your birthday is. June 28th.
The protagonist, not being their birthday, hit it again.
Happy birthday! Oh, happy birthday!
Getting annoyed with this yellow rabbit, they walk off and enter the first of many games. What does this also seem familiar? Playtime code.
Welcome to Musical Memory.
As the video shows, basically what the protagonist is in on these screens, before showing a close-up of someone's head and revealing their brain.
Segments of the brain, allowing us to see
As arrows point at different parts of said brain, highlighting what these tests are meant to emphasize.
Will be shown. And you
As
must
it now shows a
recreate the exact
demonstration of what you're meant to
using the
do.
buttons around you.
Hit the corresponding colors with
Bunzo
the
will
corresponding
slowly lower towards you.
requirements.
When you complete a color pattern
As the
correctly,
protagonist
Bunzo
realizes,
will
wait,
rise
they're supposed to
back
be
up.
doing what?
When you input a pattern incorrectly, Bunzo will lower towards you faster. If Bunzo reaches you, your test is over.
As it doesn't show what happens when
The test will
Bunzo reaches
become
us.
more difficult as it continues, with longer patterns in quicker succession. That's all. Good luck.
As the protagonist realizing what the bloody hell is this all about, looks around for anything that can tell them what's going on, until they look and see Mummy herself, holding Puppy of course in her hand.
Mommy can only imagine how excited Bunzo must be.
As the protagonist then remembers, where was Bunzo again? And they look up to see Bunzo lowering. As the protagonist lowers and crouches to avoid Bunzo as he begins hitting his cymbals together.
That's the dinner bell. Good luck.
As the protagonist slaps this new bunny. Again, yellow rabbit.
Green,
As the protagonist takes a second and hits green.
green, red,
As they hit green, and then red.
green, red, green,
As they hit green, red, and then green.
green, red, green, yellow,
Green, red, green, yellow.
green, red, green, yellow, yellow,
Green, red, green, yellow, yellow. As they get congratulated by the
round
machine.
2. Red,
Red,
red, yellow,
red, yellow,
red, yellow, blue,
red, yellow, blue.
red, yellow, blue, blue,
Red, yellow, blue, blue.
red, yellow, blue, blue, red,
Red, yellow, blue, blue, red.
red, yellow, blue, blue, red, violet,
Red, yellow, blue, blue, red. And now violet. We got the whole bloody rainbow.
round 3. Orange,
Orange? The protagonist hits it, of course.
orange, blue,
Orange, blue,
orange, blue, red,
orange, blue, red,
orange, blue, red, red,
orange, blue, red, red,
orange, blue, red, red, white,
orange, blue, red, red, white,
orange, blue, red, red, white, white,
orange, blue, red, red, white, white.
round 4. Blue,
As I hit blue,
blue, J,
as I realise the alphabet
blue,
Emojis? The protagonist thinks.
Blue J heart violet.
Blue, J, heart, violet.
Blue J heart violet. Y.
As they realise math? They're terrible at math. Blue, J, heart, violet, hoi.
Blue J heart violet. Y.
Blue, J, heart, violet, hoi, hoi. As a bunch more things appear and the protagonist realizes, fuck.
Smiley face. Violet heart. Smiley face. Heart. Blue. J violet.
As a weird warning symbol one appears and protagonist tries hitting it. As they hit it and the machine begins breaking and Banzo gets raised up. As the machine now breaks
It broke.
and Mommy gets a wee bit annoyed.
For doing such a splendid job, Mommy has decided to give you part of the code for the train. Look up.
As the protagonist realizes, oh, she's giving it to us from above. So, at
Mommy
taking it,
was hoping the game
they
could
wait.
last a little longer. It's okay though. Mommy knows other ways to play with you.
the protagonist, trying not to take that out of context, waits for the path to raise up and they go to walk, but it falls down like the American defense budget, or really anything the US government does, and they push on, pulling the great upper end, which they climb through. Climbing through this vent, nothing really happens. They just think to themselves, why are they doing this? What's the point of this? As they suddenly hear cymbals clashing and Mommy yelling something, the protagonist, not wanting to deal with that, just kind of pushes on, not wanting to interfere with that business, so they push on. As they enter a strange new warehouse area, and they look around, finding a lever which they can pull. Seeing they need a light blue tape, they go real quickly to look for it. And by sheer coincidence, or prior knowledge, they find it. So, after grabbing the tape, they return and run back. After inserting the tape, they watch and see what happens.
Well, it finally happened.
As they surprisingly see the character they saw last time.
He actually heard all my
Surprisingly.
complaints. Yep, they listened to them very carefully. I guess my words must have really inspired them to take action. Because the next day I got demoted down here to the freaking island of misfit toys! Why do I talk to myself?
As the protagonist, thinking there's no way this mate's coming back in any other time, decides to just keep pushing. As he sees a trophy on top of a weird box, ignoring it though, the protagonist goes and grabs a weird crane on the roof and decides it's more going to help him continue onward. So they start dragging it. As they grab it with the green hand this time and begin pulling it again. As the protagonist pulls this weird crane over, to help him move a bronze toy so he can, continue on with his journey. And so after getting it lined up, he gets an electric charge, slaps the back of it, and hopes it works. As the crane lowers and thankfully picks up this bronze toy, which the character happily moves away. Climbing onto the elevator, he hits the button and it raises the mate up. Once they reach the top, the protagonist, well, as usual, keeps it pushing. The mate takes left, walks through some very creepy, not all hallways, and they find a new issue. So after grabbing this charge, they go and realize it raises up the elevator. And when they hook up the next one, they realize they can't exactly go down there, and can they? As the protagonist somehow actually does it in the very unintended way, but they do it and they push on. As they get jump scared by more steam, just like the first time, which you go check out that episode. Annoyed at this, they push on again. And after removing a weirdly placed chair and seeing some weird stains, blood stains probably not, they walk up some stairs, leaving the musical memory game. Realizing they might want to escape, they use their green hand to open up the door of the train. Oh, they try to, come on. Opening it up, they wait. It opens and they realize they need a bloody code. And they realize that bloody thing ain't even working, so they just leave it. Looking around, they see a new cardboard cutout that they missed previously.
Preparing for departure in 3, 2, 1. Choo-choo!
Not wanting to hear the rest of it, they just get the next game going.
You did fantastic. Who gave you permission to be this smart? Mommy is super
As they
proud of
stand
you.
in the middle of the
But
room
I'm
and
sure
wait,
she's already told you that herself. Our next game is Wagga Wuggy. Head downstairs and have fun.
as they realize no, as they see a game with multiple coloured Huggies, and they have to play it. So reluctantly and annoyedly, they push on. Looking up, they see a weird hole in the ceiling, but ignore it and reach the middle of this room, where a TV turns on, and they walk up to it.
Welcome to Wacka Wuggy. This advanced test is designed to assess the extent of your reactionary abilities. A dual palm grab pack will be provided to you for this test.
As the protagonist, thankfully
Around
having
you
one of
are
these,
18
continues
sizable
listening.
holes.
As they then
An
realise
adorable
what?
Huggy Wuggy toy could appear out
As
of
they
any
look around and
one of these
realise,
holes.
oh dang, there really is one of these
If
holes.
one comes out,
And they realise,
hit it
hold
with your
on,
grab pack.
lovable, this might try to bloody
That's
murder
all.
us.
Good luck.
As they realise, good luck, what is that gonna do? They're still gonna die. Good bloody luck ain't gonna do bloody jack.
In this game, used to have
As they then look around
strings
Mummy.
attached to them, so they could be pulled back when they got too close to the children.
As they realise, okay.
Have fun.
And then they realise, don't bloody tell me. As they hear noises and get ready. As they hear something from behind them. As they hit a Huggy and then hit a cyan Huggy. Hearing another one, they go and hit it. Hearing another one, it's the same cyan Huggy. Hitting a red Huggy, they look around. As they hear a Huggy growling and they hit it. As they hit the red Huggy again. And then another. And another. And another love in a bottle, love in a bottle. Who needs love when it comes in a bottle? Strap when it's nothing, double or nothing. Double up, la 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 la. When I'm gonna bloody fight, the protagonist remembers. And they realise has been come out for another few years. So, or for another couple decades. And so they go back to what they're doing. After hitting some mean bars on these Huggies. And on the pride of singing a very good song, mind you, mates. Yeah, the mates may be too young to watch the show. He continues slapping these Huggies until there's nothing left.
Oh, you did it.
And is the Willis Ching Lee of slapping Huggies. Do your research.
Here, Mommy has another hint for you.
Seeing a hatch open, they Mummy's arm comes through and they grab it.
Only one game left to play. Sad. Mommy was home.
As the protagonist hopes this game is bloody quick.
Forever. Though, it's never too late to change your mind.
The protagonist, opening the lever, goes and realizes that this is probably their way out. So they crouch, walk through, and just get ready to leave. Sorry, mates. As the protagonist, having hit some mean bars and mean slaps, looks up and realizes what they need to do. So they get raised up and then dropped back down. So looking around, they realise they can barely, just barely see where they need to grab on to. And so they do, and they promptly fall back down all the way. So, a little bit upset, they try again. After completing that, they push on. Suddenly they hear Huggy screaming and Mummy Longlegs. Wondering, yet again, what could that bloody be about? They ignore it and yet again push on. Seeing a locked door, they try and open it to no success until a door begins opening. And they see the menacing, terrifying, absolutely body slam kissy? Or actually, as I remember, this is the same pink Huggy that they saw a cardboard cutout of, and they realise it's like Huggy, but one, they're not chasing them for their oil or for, you know, FBI reasons and Void 7ing them. They're just peacefully walking away. The protagonist realising maybe he was, or maybe they were wrong about the Huggy. Maybe there's actual good ones in the world of evil. So, running over to go give this Huggy a thanks, they see they're gone. The protagonist, a little bit concerned, ignores it and realizes what they need to do. So the protagonist, realizing that they just ran out of electricity, just opens up the door, grabs onto this cat that's named Barry, and realizing, what are they gonna have any? They don't have any reason they get attached to this stupid cart. So they pull it over, using this cart purely to basically be a battering ram. They begin opening up more doors. And then they open up the next one, letting this weirdly named cart and kind of adorable looking critter, Barry, continue on. So they run back, grab yet another charge, and keep it pushing. as they realise they gotta be quick. Seeing a tape on the floor, they pick it up and insert it. Looking up, they see a person, an actual human.
Mind if I film this?
Oh, not at all, sir.
That's what I like to hear. So, Marcus, what happened?
You see, I was heading home for the day when my apars realised that I left me bloody wallet in the cafeteria.
As the protagonist realises how the bloody on. This mate speaks just like us, except with a bit more accent to it.
So what'd you do, Marcus?
Well, I just thought I'd nab the bloody yoke and be on me merry way.
And?
Well, I'm reaching for the thing, and the mob handle jolts on its own. Had me scared stiff. I thought I was the only one there. So, I took a peek beneath the gate, and some massive bloody thing was doddering about the bloody hallway.
Thing? You're sure it wasn't a person?
Ain't no person that's 50 feet long with 1,000 legs.
Marcus, you're losing me. Maybe you just...
As the protagonist, kind of getting bored, pushes on, realising that person must have seen more long legs. And, well, not blaming him, they continue on, getting ready to use this poor mate as a makeshift battering ram. So, after giving them a gentleman's salute, they pull them over. And Abs and Barry goes careening forward. Protagonist wondering if they... Protagonist realising maybe they should have felt bad for the cart. Pushes on and sees a hole in the floor, which, being basically Mario, jumps through and they land at the Wack-Orgy area and realise it was the same hole they saw earlier. So, not wanting to dilly-dally, they push on. Clambering up the stairs, they get to... well, back to here.
Jeez, have you played these before?
Realising there's only one more
So
game,
good.
they know what they
Seems
need
like
to
you're
do.
ready for the final game, statues. Follow mommy down the stairs one last time. I hope you had a fun day at the game station. See you next time.
As they wait for the door to open. But the door, refusing to bloody work, gets jammed and the protagonist is required to basically be a repairman. Realising they basically just gotta go over here. They basically have to go over here, grab the bloody thing with both hands this time, and hold it. No, and then they basically have to manually open it, unlock before where it would basically open for them. Walking forward, they take a wee little right and enter a little repair area. Realising what they may need to do, they realise they did not want to grab that, and then they pull themselves up to see a weird thing. So with the last of their charge, they do that, and realising this should be simple, they walk a little bit, pull themselves up, and fall. So they try again, pull themselves up, and fall again. They try a third time, and they actually try and swing, they fall again. Getting a wee bit angry at this development, they keep trying. Realising they disconnected one of the bloody things, they go back up and finally get enough momentum to slap it and get it back working. Then the protagonist realises, final game, here we bloody come.